Here is something most car listings won't tell you. The mileage on the dashboard alone doesn't actually mean much. 150,000 miles on a Toyota Camry is a completely different story than the same miles on a BMW 3 Series. One might give you 8 more years of easy driving with just basic oil changes. The other could hit you with a $3,000 repair bill before you've even owned it for 6 months. Same number, totally different situation. So the real answer to the question in this title isn't just yes or no. It depends on the car, how it was treated, and if the seller is being honest. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to figure that out. We're going to look at which cars actually stay together past 150,000 miles, which ones become money pits at this age, what your first-year costs will really look like, how to check a car before you pay, and the tricks sellers use to push bad deals. Every number I'm sharing comes from real data: Kelley Blue Book, Edmunds, Consumer Reports, and official vehicle records. Nothing is made up. Real quick before we start, if this channel has helped you save money or find a better car, leave a comment below and tell me what you're looking for right now. I read all of them, and that's how I pick my next topics. If you're new here, this channel is about one thing: helping you spend your money on the right car, not a lemon. Hit subscribe and the bell if you want more tips on buying used cars and what it really costs to own one. Now, let's get into it. The first thing to understand is what 150,000 miles really means in 2025. A lot of people still think like they did 20 years ago, that 100,000 miles was the end of the road for a car. That's just not true for modern vehicles. Most people drive about 13,000 miles a year, which makes a 150,000-mile car about 10 or 11 years old. A well-kept 10-year-old Toyota or Honda isn't dying. It's actually about halfway through its life. We're not talking about a car on its last legs. We're talking about a car that still has plenty of life left, as long as it was cared for. And that's the part you need to watch. The brand of the car sets the limit for how long it can last, but the maintenance history decides if it actually gets there. A Toyota Camry that got regular oil changes and service is a totally different machine than one where the owner only added oil when a warning light came on. Same brand, same miles, very different risk for you. A 2023 study that looked at over 2 million cars found the models most likely to hit 200,000 miles. The Toyota Land Cruiser, Sequoia, Tundra, Chevy Suburban, Ford Expedition, and Toyota 4Runner. Consumer Reports has ranked Toyota and Honda at the top for over 10 years, not because of ads, but because of how rarely they actually break down. The right car with high miles can easily go another 75 or even 100,000 miles if you maintain it. The trick is picking the right one. Now, let's talk money. This is a big reality check for most buyers. The average new car today costs about $48,000. The average monthly payment is over $700. Even on a used car loan, people are paying over $500 a month. Meanwhile, a 2012 Toyota Camry with high miles sells for around $7,000 to $11,000. If you pay cash or take a tiny loan, your monthly payment is basically zero. Do the math over 3 years. Paying $700 a month adds up to over $26,000. A paid-off $8,000 used car, even with some repairs, costs you maybe $9,000 or $10,000 total over those same 3 years. That's a $17,000 difference. That's enough for a house down payment or a huge savings account. The financial win for a reliable, high-mileage car isn't even close. It's massive. But that's only if the car is actually reliable. If you buy the wrong one, that math falls apart fast. So let's talk about which cars are worth your money at 150,000 miles and which ones you should run away from no matter how cheap they are. The Toyota Camry. A 2010 to 2014 model with service records is a great bet for $7,000 to $11,000. The 4-cylinder engine in these is incredibly tough. At this mileage, if it's been cared for, it's nowhere near finished. It also uses a timing chain instead of a belt, which saves you a huge repair bill later. A good Camry like this likely has another 100,000 miles left in it. The Toyota Corolla is the same story but smaller and cheaper. You can find 2010 to 2015 models for $5,000 to $10,000. Parts are cheap, and every mechanic knows how to fix them. The Toyota Prius is a great choice if gas is expensive where you live. You can find them for $7,000 to $13,000. People always worry about the battery, but they usually last much longer than expected, often over 200,000 miles. Plus, getting 50 miles per gallon saves you a ton of money every month, especially in places like California where gas prices are high. The Toyota Tacoma is special. Even with high miles, they still cost $15,000 to $25,000. That sounds like a lot, but these trucks hold their value better than almost anything else. If you buy one and take care of it, you can likely sell it years later for almost what you paid. It's one of the safest places to put your money. The Honda Accord and Civic are just as good as the Toyotas. An Accord with high miles runs $6,000 to $12,000, and a Civic is even less. Just be careful with some of the automatic transmissions from this era. Make sure the fluid was changed regularly before you buy. The Mazda 3 and Mazda 6 are great hidden gems. They are reliable and more fun to drive than a Corolla, and you can often find them for a better price because the brand isn't as famous for reliability. Now, the cars to avoid. The biggest trap is cheap European luxury cars with high miles. A BMW 3 Series from 10 years ago might look like a steal for $7,000. It's not. That low price is because the market knows how expensive they are to fix. These engines have common problems with water pumps, gaskets, and fuel pumps that cost thousands to repair. You'll likely spend $3,000 to $5,000 every year just to keep it on the road. Unless you can fix it yourself, the math just doesn't work. Mercedes-Benz at this mileage is the same risk. They look fancy and cheap, but the parts and labor are incredibly expensive. Models with air suspension are especially risky because when those systems break, they cost a fortune to fix. A Land Rover with high miles is perhaps the riskiest move you can make. They consistently rank at the bottom for reliability. A Range Rover that was $60,000 new but is now $8,000 is not a bargain. It's a liability. The market has priced it low because the next repair will probably cost as much as the car. Now let's look at what it actually costs to own one of these in the first year. Basic maintenance on a Toyota or Honda will cost you $500 to $1,000 a year. That covers oil changes, tires, and filters. That's your starting point. However, most used cars have things the previous owner ignored. You need to find those before you buy. If a car has a timing belt and you don't know when it was changed, you need to budget about $1,000 to do it right away. If it breaks, the engine is ruined. You should also budget for fresh fluids, maybe some new tires or a brake job. Plan to spend about $2,000 or $3,000 in the first year to get the car caught up. Factor that into the price you offer the seller. A pre-purchase inspection is the most important step. Paying a mechanic $100 or $200 to check the car is the best money you'll ever spend. They will find leaks, rust, and hidden problems you'll miss on a test drive. If a seller won't let a mechanic look at the car, walk away immediately. They are hiding something. Also, get a vehicle history report like Carfax. Thousands of cars are sold every year with rolled-back odometers. A report will help you see if the mileage is real and if the car has been in major accidents. Look for weird gaps in the history or too many owners in a short time. Where you live matters too. In states with lots of snow and salt, rust is your biggest enemy. A car from Michigan might look fine on top but be rotting underneath. A car from a dry state like Arizona will be in much better shape. Always get the car on a lift to check the frame for rust. If the frame is rotting, the car is trash. If you live in a state with strict smog tests, make sure the car has passed recently. That tells you the engine and exhaust system are working correctly. In high gas price states, a hybrid like a Prius is a no-brainer. The money you save on fuel can be over $1,000 a year compared to a regular car. Over a few years, that pays for a huge chunk of the car itself. Who should buy a high-mileage car? Someone who can pay cash, has a small emergency fund for repairs, and picks a reliable brand with a good history. That person is making a very smart financial move. Who shouldn't? Someone who has no extra money for a surprise repair, or someone who is tempted by a cheap luxury badge just to look rich. Also, don't buy if you're planning to skip the inspection because the seller seems nice. A clean car and a healthy car are not always the same thing. You have to check. The bottom line is this: if you pick the right car, check its history, and have a mechanic look it over, a high-mileage car isn't a risk. It's a smart strategy. Most people are stuck with huge monthly payments for new cars. If you buy a solid 10-year-old Toyota for $9,000, you are putting yourself thousands of dollars ahead of everyone else. But if you skip the steps, ignore the rust, or buy a cheap BMW because it looks cool, the mileage isn't your problem. Your choices are. Do your homework, get the facts, and 150,000 miles won't be a scary number. It'll be a great deal.